Hello, good evening, and a very warm welcome to Rangers Radio.
Well, hello, good evening, welcome to Rangers Radio. Join myself, Foxchair, on the show this evening. It's Southside and Stevie. Triple S's. How we doing, boys?
Aye, good Ox. Good to be on my big mucker on a Wednesday night, as always. Good evening to William, it's on YouTube. Good evening to William and all the troops that are listening in tonight.
Evening, Stephen.
Good evening, boys. How are you? Welcome to the big station, serving the nation, and indeed it is Dream Team Wednesday. How's things, lad?
Good, mate. Good. How are you, Southside?
Aye, good, mate. Aye.
How's the old the walking club debating? Handballs, what were today?
Aye, he was talking to us about how we should just take away the grey area in the penalty box and not make it subjective for referees, so every handball in the penalty box.
Take away his grey matter, if I'm being honest, mate.
And he just wanted that. So we debated certain things that might happen. I said to him, like, if the winger goes down and he gets to the byline, your defender slides in, his arms are going to be on the ground, right? Because that's what normally happens. And it hits his arm. I said, you gain a penalty? Aye. Right, so it's a horn. It's an arm, horn, it's a penalty. Okay. That's how extreme it was going to. Any handball, anything in the box is just a penalty.
Anyway. Well, I made my points. But he is a man who stands his corner. We like a man with principles, Stevie, don't we?
110%, yes.
Yes. And by the way, if you don't like these principles, we've got other ones, haven't we? Oh, well. Right, quickly, Stevie, you've not been on. Away game at Dundee United. We've had the monkey poor run of results on my back. The monkey on my back with this poor run of results away from home. Sunday, at times, some decent stuff. Yeah, we made it a wee bit harder than it should have been, but there was a few positives, mate.
Of course, anytime you get away from home and win 3-1, it's positive, isn't it? I've got to say, Ox, but the one negative, we need to start games better. We really do. Thought they came out the traps, wanting it more. They had a couple of chances, the warning signs were there, then they get the goal. And then basically after they got the goal, we start to come into the game. And I thought Diamandi's goal was absolutely excellent. Top quality strike, keeper nowhere near it. You get one each at half time, mate. And when we came in the second half, I just thought we dominated. I thought we were all right. They did a couple of wee hangs with obviously the shot coming off Raskin off a post. But I mean, I just thought we took care after that and we done all right. But I've got to say, Ox, I'll say it again. We need to stop struggling. It's either we have a good first half and a bad second half, or we have a bad second half and a good first half. We need to get it right. We really need to get that right. But look, before a ball was kicked, I'd have took 3-1. Coming back with Manchester United, got to Dundee, I'd have took 3-1 before a ball was kicked. Plain and simple as that. And also, can I say my bit on the referee?
Yes, get it off the chest, please. Please do.
Absolute cheat. The man's a numpty, a cheat. That's all he is. He runs about the park showing his wee muscles off at Nick Walsh, and he made that game all about him. You're at the end of the match. A team's 2 goals to the good. Why not just give it to them? Oh, behave yourselves and blow a whistle and get in. I mean, looking at that, excessive force. Come on, man. And he even gets a second bite at the cherry we got to the screen and still sticks by his judgment. All Bell's been saying it for a while. I've been saying it myself for a while. Rangers are getting refereed at a different level, and it's cheating. And that's it in a nutshell. yes, I'm questioning the man's integrity. He's nothing but a cheat like the rest of them, and they're all off the one stock, and we all know what they are, and that's the bottom line for me. And where does that leave that Nick Walsh now, right? So he done that, and it all gets fast tracked all of a sudden, and then Rangers get it rescinded. Where does that leave Nick Walsh? Answer me that, Ox.
Well, where it leaves him initially is he's doing his VAR assistant in the weekend, which doesn't add up because he's not getting the right specs to watch the telly, Stevie.
It's an absolute farce, isn't it?
Yeah.
Willie Collum, total numpty, cheat, absolute cheat, numpty, and he's the head of the referees now. We're just a total joke. Honestly, an absolute joke. But all kidding aside, Rangers are getting refereed at a different level for our teams. End of story. And that's how I see it.
Mr. Southside, I spoke to him briefly today, and he had a theory on it. Well, what he couldn't understand about it. Southside, you were scratching your head and pulling your hair out, wondering somebody would be so.
Well, the way I looked at it, right, when we're at the game, we seen him brand a red card. He goes to the monitor. So obviously you're thinking, right, they're trying to help him out here, unless there's some other player getting pulled for whatever's happened and we've not seen it. And then when he comes back and he gives a red card, now I'm thinking, right, he gets classed as one of the top referees in Scotland. He gets a lot of the big games, right? So he goes to the monitor. Don Robertson obviously pulled him there to try and say to him, listen, there's a couple of angles here and it's maybe not what you think you saw. But I don't know what they showed him, and I've never seen what they've showed him back. So I'm thinking, if they show him the angle that he saw and didn't show him the other angle that I seen, because I don't usually watch sports scene, but I watched it because I wanted to see what angles they had when we come back for the game, and you could see a couple. Now, if they've showed him two angles that makes it clear that Diamandi doesn't touch him, then surely, by him being a tap official, getting all the big games, he's not going to then think, oh, I'm just going to stick and give him a red card and make a total arse of myself. You know, because, I mean, that's what he's doing, isn't it? Right. So, otherwise, they've no showed him the right angles yet, and they've only showed them.
Please, don't laugh at the back there. Carry on, Southside.
They've only showed them the one angle, so he's only seen what he saw, which means then they've hung him out to dry because he's stuck to his decision when it's been wrong because they've no showed him the other angle that I've seen and everybody else has seen and clearly states that he didn't touch him. So why would the guy who's more or less the top official want to do what he done to make that himself, or
Arrogance.
they hung him out and only showed him one angle, which was the reason why he stuck to his decision? I don't know, because I didn't see all the replays that they were showing you on the telly and what they showed him.
Arrogance, mate. Arrogance. Just my theory, mate. I don't know the man. When you watch him refereeing, he comes across very arrogant, but I couldn't understand it. And I think, Big Stevie, you're right. Any referee worth his salt would have said, behave yourselves, blow the whistle, pick the ball up and walk off the tunnel, yeah?
Correct. He made it all about him, Ox. It was all about him. He wanted the headline to be about the refereeing decision. That's just who he is. You know, he's a wee poser, you know, about with the muscles out and that. Ox, can I give you a wee exclusive here?
You might cheer a few people up, but you're welcome to carry on.
Yes, it's regarding a football result that's going on now as we speak. I believe my friends from across the city are getting beat 2-0 in the first 5 minutes.
Well, I always worry about the coefficient, Stephen.
Aye. For Ireland or Scotland.
I hope there's another couple fly in the net. That's just me. Listen, look, we've turned it to bed. I'll say it again, Stevie. They're either incompetent, they're under pressure, or they're cheats because there's something happening because it's so bad. Anyway, enough about that. We've got a massive.
Can I just say one more thing, Ox, before you get off the subject? Right,
Yes.
see what Southside was saying about the camera angles. They showed you the camera angle from behind him, what he would have seen, right? And how did they not show you the camera angle, the other camera angle? So they done that. Remember, cast your mind back, Dortmund at Ibrox, we go 3-2 up and they pull it back. Remember?
Morelos.
Morelos, right? But they showed you that one angle and they didn't show the referee the other angle, which would have clearly showed them that the boy kicked the back of Morelos' leg. And they just done the exact same there. I don't know why VAR shows them the same kind of view that he looked at. Surely they've got other cameras around where they can say, well, there's that angle, there's the angle there, and there's the other angle from behind the goal. There's all the angles. And give the referee the best angle. They didn't do that. I don't think they done that. And they just made Nick Walsh made a total fool out of himself. Like, couldn't he wait to get the red card out the back pocket and make it all about him? But we move on. We all know what they're about. We all know what the SFA is about, and we all know what they do when they're on VAR. They get back 10 minutes when Rangers score to see if there's something Rangers have done before they give a goal. And when it comes to the other mob, we're totally and utterly refereed. Nobody's convincing me otherwise. And I know it sounds petty, and all the rest of it, when you want to talk about referees and all the rest of it, I don't want to. I just want a level playing field. If I get beat by a team, I want to say, well, they deserve to win. I don't want to say it was because of the referee or whatever. So for me, they need to get their acts together with Oxford. But the football, Scottish games becoming a laughing stock. I know the English people are starting to laugh and say, how is that sending off? No, I mean, well, just make myself look absolutely stupid through their cheating.
I don't know if Angles is playing for them tonight, but
What?
You mentioned Angles. I don't know if he's playing for them tonight.
Or the £11 million Angles.
Right, okay. All right, mate, it was badgy. It was a badgy. I apologise to William. That's worth one of his jokes. Anyway, listen, we've got a massive game tomorrow night, and I'm genuinely looking forward to it. I was looking forward to last Thursday night's game. We put up a decent show. Yeah, the circumstances, we had some decent performance. We lost a goal in injury time, and we had a decent result. However, this format, there's a lot of things that can happen. You know, we're through. We'll be playing European football more after this stages. We can still go through to the top part of the draw. We can end up in the middle, or we can end up in the bottom bit, but we'll still be through. So it's going to be exciting. But yeah, we're relying on other results, Southside, but I'm looking forward to it.
I done a format like this, if you remember back, when we used to, he done a section. We were in with AZ Alkmaar, because I remember we played them away, but we didn't play them at home. I'm struggling to remember other games, but I think there was an Italian team in there. But we played that. They tied this sort of.
Livorno in that.
Livorno, aye, it was, aye. There was a. We played.
It was a format. It was the start of the Europa League, mate.
Aye.
Yeah?
It was 4 or 5 teams, wasn't it? And you didn't play them home and away. You just played one at home, one away, whatever, and they just divided it. It's similar to what they're doing now, isn't it? Really, but on a bigger scale.
Aye.
But you're just getting drawn against a team, because if you look at it, we were in pot 1 when we went into this draw. How many teams in pot 1 have we played?
Imagine Spurs and Man United might have been close to it, would they?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And probably Leon.
Maybe, aye.
You know, so.
Like Malmo or Olympiacos, they just got to European. They won a European trophy, didn't they? They won the conference.
That's correct, yeah.
Well, they might have been in pot 1, no?
I don't know. Yeah, I know.
But I think the format's been a wee bit. It's been all right, to be honest. Not really. I think it's you see who you're getting in the next game and that, and it's just one game. It's a one-half game, and sometimes
they break the boredom up. Sometimes
I mean, there was going a number of years where you just felt as if you were always going to Germany, you were always going to Spain, it'd be Barcelona. I mean, I wanted to go to Bernabeu and see us play Real Madrid. That was on the bucket list.
You'll We've got a few months to go yet.
But, you know, I think it's been a wee bit different, a wee bit refreshing, to be honest. We change.
Yeah. Okay. Stevie, you any thoughts on it, mate?
Sorry, what was that, Ox?
Any thoughts on the format of the competition we're playing on tomorrow night?
Look, I don't know, man. I really don't. I'm not too sure about it. I don't know if I was just set my ways the way the old Europa League setup was, but look, it's giving you more teams. You're going to see a different variety of teams coming in. As my mate said there, at some point, we're hoping we're going to be in the Champions League and maybe get his dream game, no? the old Real Madrid and the Bernabeu, no? How good would that be, Ox, no?
Well, it would be even funnier if we got that time they couldn't get a ticket. That would be really funny, wouldn't it?
Mike Jails would be meltdown, man. Meltdown. Their crowds are big. Surely we'll get a right good few thousand anyway, you know.
Plus, look, it's fine. Even if there's only 1,500, I'll get one. So don't worry about
that. Well, you'll be pleased to know, Ox. Me and my wingman are sorted for Tynecastle.
That here, mate. I've heard my scouts have been telling me, mate. Yes.
Yes. Can't believe it. Yes. Can't believe it. Only 600 odd tickets, and me and my wingman's got them. We're going to see the famous Glasgow Rangers. I can't wait.
I know. I need to thank my Jails again. I couldn't believe it myself when I went into the email and it said you've got them.
You're due that, Mike Jails. A few apologies, mate.
No, no. There's a few games that have really hung me out, man. I've had to go begging as always, and just the generosity of people helps you. But
don't put yourself down. That's your minute, Stevie.
But no, listen. It's a hard one to get.
650, mate. Hundreds of empty seats, thousands of empty seats. It's mental, mate. Mental. Right, I'll tell you what we'll do. We're going to hear from the manager. I don't know if I'm mentioning the new assistant. We'll hear from the manager, and then we'll get the phone lines opened. Yeah, we know a lot of people will watch the football, but if you're one of us, come and join us and give your thoughts on Rangers Radio. Let's hear from your gaffer, Philip. Come on.
Before we move on to the game, could we get your reaction to Mohamed Diamandi's successful appeal against the red card?
Yeah, I don't know if it's successful. I think it's just common logic. And it was common logic for everybody after the game. You guys also were directly convinced about that. So it's a normal thing. It's good that there is a good system that you can appeal. It's good also that VR did their job during the game and they were clear that it was not a red card. It's good that the system works. Of course, it's a big difference now when it's the last 2 minutes of the game. And this happens and it doesn't have any influence on the result. It would have been totally different, of course, if this would have happened in the first half and you need to play a long time with 10 players because then it impacts the game also. But that was not the case, so I think everybody's happy about that.
Is that one you would seek more communication on, or is that a line drawn under the issue?
No, I don't think there needs to be much more communication. So everybody made clear that it was not a red card and that there was a mistake made and we continue now. So that's finished.
Are you able to welcome back Václav Černý, Leon Balogun? How are they? John Suter even back in training any?
Okay, it's a decisive game now. Last game in this group phase. So I don't want to give my Belgian friends all the tools. They need to work also a little bit, like me. I know they will not give me all the tools also before the game. So you guys saw some things in the training that some guys were back and some guys were doing individual work and the rest we will see tomorrow.
There's a chance, of course, you can reach the top 8. Is that something you just deal with afterwards, or do you keep an eye on the moving picture?
No, if in some cases you can do to keep an eye on the moving picture like it was before. In this system, it's almost impossible because it will be then around goal differences and a team can score 2 goals in 2 minutes, for example, at the end. So we're gonna focus on ourselves to go for the 3 points, to work for that. And if you can score a lot of goals, you will try to score a lot of goals. But that's no difference with other games that we do. We always want to win, and we always want to to make a big difference towards the opponent. That's always what we try to do. I know also that Union is a very good team, very strong team. So it's not easy to win against them. And to win against them with a lot of goals, that's even more difficult.
How big a role can Rangers supporters play to win it?
Yeah, they play a massive role. They always played already more than 100 years. An important part. This is also why this is such a massive club. I'm not so long inside of this building, a little bit more than 1 year, but I had already several amazing evenings in European games, or for example, the last Old Firm, in atmosphere of the fans, and it's something all the world is talking about. Players who've played here and had this experience also on the other side, they all talk about that. So for sure the fans play a massive part in that.
Rangers have had recent success in this competition. Is this a competition you can looking to go deep into?
You need to be realistic and about this game. So if you see all these clubs in this competition, all the budgets also, we need to look game by game and go every game full, even when teams have much better budgets like it was with Manchester United or Tottenham. We always go full with our own force to play our own game and then to try to win games. But it's focused on one game in a time. It's not that we can say, okay, it's normal for Rangers to play finals. That's not reality. But of course, it's our ambition.
Philippe, the news today that Finley Curtis has signed a new contract, just your reaction on that and how you see him as a player and his potential?
Yeah, that it's another step about the story that I told you guys from beginning of July about where this club wants to go and where this club needs to go. So Finley get the reward of the good work that he's been doing last couple of months or last couple of years. Let's say that. That's why he's also closer and closer to a game selection in trainings with us. So he trained already a lot with us this season, also before he came into the selection. And that's the evolution this club needs to make. I spoke about that a few months ago. Last year, Ross made his debut. The year before, he had 5 trainings with the first team. That's not enough then to make the step next year to become a senior player. So we're from the start of the season already implementing the young boys a lot of times in training. And you see also when they come in, for them it's not like that they don't feel comfortable. It's feel familiar also with the other players. They're used of training with them, that they get the coaching of them, what they need to do on the pitch, all these things. It's not falling out of the sky because it's prepared for months to make these steps. And that's the crucial thing. You have the academy and you have the demands of Rangers who are here. It's a big step in between. We need to do that step by step, making them better and giving them chances at the right times, the right moments, in the right environment. And it starts with the dressing room, but it starts also in the games. Which games, what kind of system, what is asked in that moment, how many minutes, all those things.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Before we move on to the game, could we get your reaction to Mohamed Diamandi's success?
Thanks for that, Mr. Fox. Some interesting stuff. No, we'll start with the congratulations. Congratulations to young Finley Curtis, Southsider.
Aye, delighted to hear the news. They've tied him down till 2027. And hopefully the boy will get a chance to get some game time and grow and hopefully he'll go on and become a good wee player for us because he's certainly got a talent. And it's just about him growing and taking his chances when he gets them and look like a wee boy and grow with the team. And listen, he's got great ability and he's certainly scored a lot of goals coming through the B team. Over 64 goals I think he's got in 2 seasons. So he should and hopefully will towards the next few months going forward. We'll see him on the park and hopefully he'll do himself justice.
Aye, good luck to the boy, Stevie.
Yep, 100%. Aye, and as my wingman says there, Southside, what is his natural position?
He'll play left. He could play left wing, or he can play left in midfield in a 3. But he'll probably, I would think, if you were bringing him on, he'll probably sort of play up left. He could probably see, like, if Hadji was coming off, right, he could go in and play that position, or he could go and play wide left if he had to. That's where I see the sort of 2 positions when he comes on the park, where he's more likely to feature. He's been at Ibrox since he was 8 years of age, you know. So he's come right through the academy, and he's certainly got ability and talent, and hopefully he'll get to express it on the park. And I think at times you'll see he'll be a goal threat. He'll certainly have a pop at goal, and he'll probably get himself into goal scoring positions once he comes in and settles down, and maybe gets wee cameos, and probably more at Ibrox, I think, than away from him. But it's great to see him get a couple of years, and hopefully he'll kick on.
Aye, good luck to him, Steve. Yeah, good luck to him.
All the best to him. I believe he's with good stock as well. So, aye, all you can say is just hopefully the boy does, when he gets his chance, get out there and take it. Show swagger. Let's see what you can do. Give it your all for the badge. That's all you can say to the young boy. You know? And the older players about him will take care of him as it goes along.
I've not seen that much of him, but what I've seen, I've liked. You know, but we'll see where it takes him. Listen, the news, the manager sort of, and the press hinted at Cherney and John Suter back training. Now we don't know how far down the road we are. I think there's maybe more chance of Cherney being involved tomorrow night, Stevie, than John Suter.
Possibly, Ox. Possibly. He's not got to give his horn away, is he?
No.
You know, so that could be a possibility. But it's good to hear they're both back training anyway. You know, the more people we get back, the better, because the injuries we've had, unreal. But anyway, it'd be good to see Cherney doing that wee dip with a shoulder and maybe a wee curling one right in the top bin. That would be good stuff. But big game tomorrow, Ox. Big game for us. We really need to go here with the right attitude. And there's the easy games in Europe. We can't just take this mob as up. We've played Belgian opposition before. We should have no problem in all this. We need to go out there and with the right attitude and get in about it and get the game tucked away.
Yeah, I think first and foremost you want to win the game, and if you score goals, that's a bonus. Southside,
I'd like to obviously get an early goal and settle it down, and then obviously you'd like a couple of goals early. But they're a decent team. I think they had a pretty sticky start at the start of the campaign. But I think over the last 3-4 games, they've picked up some good points, and they're in a good position where they want to try and qualify themselves. They're no far off behind us, I think. So, it'll be a hard game, but hopefully we'll have a good selection of 11 to start. And if Cherney makes it, for instance, that'll be a good bonus for us as well. We had you missing it. So, looking forward to it tomorrow night.
Yeah. Sorry, Southside, I missed that.
No, it was me. I was just saying to Southside. He was saying he was looking forward to it. I said, a wee European.
Oh, Stevie's breaking in and out. Is he breaking in and out for you, Southside?
He's breaking up there, mate.
Stevie, you're breaking in and out. But we'll come back to you. I get it, a wee European game, it takes you away from the league, and you never know where it can take us. If 2022 doesn't tell us anything, Southside, you're allowed to keep dreaming, aren't you?
Aye, always. Obviously, if we can get 3 points tomorrow, it puts us on. But as I want, we go 11.
Aye.
You know, so it gets us on to 14 points. If it isn't enough to get us in the top 8 for a couple of results, whatever has to happen, I don't know. I just want to just win the game tomorrow, and then if we're outside it, then so be it. If we're as far down as 12th, fair enough. It's been a good effort, a good campaign for the squad, the players we've got, and who we picked at the start through a couple being out injured, and the way Hadji had his contract dispute that might have put him in at the start or no. But we've done well without the two of them anyway, up to this point. Injuries we've had to take on the way, and we've lost Casemiro, who would have been a good part of the European campaign if he hadn't been injured in international duty. So, and Sterling's been out injured and now Suter. So we've had to soldier on. We've got, but hopefully it'll be a bit stronger tomorrow. And we can get the 3 points. At least that's what matters, but I'd like to see us try and put on a good performance as well.
And I think it was good they were trying to get his team at him, Stevie, and he sort of batted it off quite nicely, the manager.
Aye, he's no daft, you know. He's not going to keep his horn away. He's wanting to keep some things up his sleeve and make the other manager work. That's exactly what he was saying, wasn't it? So, some of the questions, but anyway, what can we do? It's a big club on, it's no daft. We've been really good in Europe, and let's go out here. We're expected to win our home games, aren't we? Let's get out and get the 3 points in the bag by a convincing win. That would be excellent. And Southside says, well, we've had a good European run. So we've played a lot of good teams and we've done all right against them.
Aye, listen, I thought it was a difficult ties when I seen the draws. Southside, Sweden, Greece, France, Manchester. I'm thinking, it's going to be difficult. I think you've actually, when I think back, I think you had us way about 11 points, didn't you?
I said 9 definite I expected to get, and then after that, I had this game tomorrow night as one of the 3 points. Malmo away and Steaua Bucharest at home. I thought there's 9 points that we should be able to get. And then we'll see what we get. Tottenham at home, Man United away, which most people would have expected us to get battered. And then it was just between Olympiacos, which is a hard place to go. It's quite an intimidating place and all, but we done well and we should have won that game. And obviously we went to Nice and beat them well. So, and like I say, the squad still wasn't anywhere near ready probably to compete in Europe. Never, because we've been struggling to compete in the league we're away for and we've been inconsistent. But we've done well in Europe. And hopefully tomorrow night we'll continue it.
Aye. Why not? Right, I'll tell you what we'll do, gentlemen. We'll hear the rest of Philip Clement's team, see if we get any more snippets. And we'll talk about some of the news that's been breaking for the club today. So if you don't mind, you two fine, upstanding gentlemen, get yourself on mute and let's hear for the gaffer, Philip Clement.
There have been clubs linked with a move for Jeffrey in recent days. Chelsea, one of the names mentioned. Do you feel that Rangers at the moment is the best place for him to continue his?
100% sure, yes. So I know that kind of clubs. I had some players going there or similar clubs. Maybe one day, not maybe. If he makes a normal evolution, what he's been doing now, I think one day he will be ready for that. But for the moment, it's too early, and I think this is a really good place for him to develop. So he's totally not busy with all these rumours. Totally not.
Is it quite a fine balance striking it when you have young talents, the likes of Jeff Dale and Hamza Igaman, and they're linked with big clubs, and Rangers need to have this player trading model, is trying to decide how long to keep a hold of them and when is the right time to sell?
Yeah, that's not something new. So I had the same in Genk. Trossard could have left also earlier in Genk to go to Premier League. We had talks with him about that, but staying. Also other players like Sander Berg. So it's important to do the right step at the right moment, because you see also a lot of players making a step higher and not being ready, and then losing themselves because they're not playing afterward because they were not ready. So it was the same in Bruges with players. It was the same in Monaco with players. So it's not something new. So I have experience around it. I've been speaking with players around that also. And I understand one moment when it's a good situation for and the club and the player. And it's not the nicest thing as a manager, but you need to let them go also. And you need to be proud of them that they can make that step. So we will work in the same way at Rangers, in the similar way that we did before.
The transfer window obviously shuts next week. Could, where the team finishes in the Europa League top 8 or just in the playoffs, could that have a material difference on any money you might have to spend before June?
That are questions for Patrick and Niels. So you can ask them. Do it quickly then.
Can you give us a number for each of them, please, and we'll phone them later?
Yeah. No, we can arrange it with Nick maybe. Yeah. Nick is the man who has their number.
Can I ask, just on Jeff today, you're talking about, people think he should stay here and develop further. Are you able to confirm, has there been an approach at all?
No, I don't go into rumors. No, it's just a hypothetical example that I give. For him, is the best way to stay here, whatever comes. But it's just hypothetical.
In terms of union, you must know them well, obviously from your homeland. Is there much insight you can offer into them at this moment?
Yeah, it's a tough team to beat. It's a very physical team. They play on the front foot. They play always with two strikers, one very creative guy behind. They play with wingbacks who are very offensive. They're very fast in transitions, really good on set pieces. They are very direct in their play also, but they can keep also the ball into the midfield. So there are a lot of good qualities there. What they've been proven in Europe also. They struggled in the beginning of the season, new coach, a lot of new players. I don't know how the situation is now, but they were associated with Brighton also in their recruitment. The last couple of years, they found a lot of players with a low budget, but who were afterwards really good. They sold a lot of players like Boniface. I read this week he can go for 60 million to Saudi Arabia. Undav also, strikers like that. Now again, every year they sell these players and they find new ones again. Now again, they have very good attacking players and a very robust defense and midfield, hard-working team. So it's a very hard team to beat.
In terms of that recruitment, are they a kind of model that Rangers should be looking to?
No, we have our own model, and you don't know how things are going in clubs because nobody is telling that to other clubs, of course. But clearly Brighton has been doing a really good job for Brighton, but also for Union. And sometimes they put players there, and later on they went to Brighton, like Mitoma, who does a really good job there at Brighton. He was also before playing in Union. So it's clear that several years in a row they did really good transfers, and they can replace players, but also the coaches only stayed maximum 1 year. They changed also a lot, the coaches, but they stay in the same style of play all the time. That stayed during 3-4 years now the same.
Last one, Joe. Sorry, some reports coming out of Belgium that you might be looking to add to your coaching staff. Is there anything you can confirm?
I can only confirm things when things are signed. If that's the case, I will tell you guys directly.
Well, listen, he didn't really get a lot away. Transfer speculation, yeah, before a big game. I know he's not going to get his team away, but there's not a lot in that second part of the interview, yeah. Obviously, I want to get the guy's name right, just let me get it up. We think, well, it's not been on the official site yet, I don't believe, but we have a new first-team assistant joining us Southside because the last chap, I believe it was family reasons, so hope everything's all right. He was only with us for a short time. Never made much time to make an impact, and we didn't even know he disappeared, really, because the way Philip coaches the team Southside, because he does it on his own at the side of the park, yeah? You know, but... listen, so Isaman Chari, I think I hope I pronounced that right. I give him his place and we wish him all the best. He's come in, he's obviously from the same Morocco, same country, or Morocco and Belgium. So there's tie-ups between the manager and my star player, Southside.
Aye, so it's not on the official website yet, but I'm sure it'll probably be announced.
That's new, mate.
Is it? Aye. Well, aye. Well, it's obviously brought him in for a reason, and the guy we had's obviously left. And had to be replaced, and he obviously sees him as the right sort of fit. And so hopefully he will be. And we'll find out in time, mate, and how it works out. So we can do.
Aye.
Because we'll no see behind the scenes. You know what I mean? How everything's working out.
Aye. It's the blend, the coaching staff. It's the getting the blend right, Stevie, isn't it?
Aye. That's all you've got to do. I mean, I know nothing about the guy right enough. I didn't know a lot about the other guy either, but just said the big guns out there coaching on the sideline himself. It's only him you see, so I don't know. These guys need time to bed in and bring their own ideas, don't they? So we'll just wait and see what happens.
Aye. We'll see, mate. We'll see. Obviously, the manager makes his mind up, doesn't he? He'll decide whether what he does and how he does it. It'll be the manager. He makes all the calls. The assistant will maybe help him with different things, different tactics. He'll get jobs to do, but only the people on the inside know what the manager expects. You know, they say that people are bibs and cons. Other people do tactics. Other people do set pieces. The devil's in the details, Southside, but we wish him all the best. And maybe, are you thinking this could be maybe a tie-up with maybe looking at the Moroccan market, Southside?
It might be. Obviously, Coppin's probably been on it. Probably got an idea of what's happening over there. It's quite a big market to tap into, to be honest. But it could be. Or just the fact that the guy's good at his job and probably Clement maybe knows him from before, or there's a tie-up somewhere, and I think he's the right fit. So I wish him all the best.
We'll see what it takes us. Right, we're going to put you two gentlemen on the spot and ask you how you think we'll line up tomorrow night and who you think the team will be. Obviously, there's a lot of guesswork. Do you think Tiernan will be back in? What will we do with Dessers and Ingeman? Do you think there's a chance that John Suter could play? Interesting. Who wants to have a crack first? Stevie.
Well, I think it's going to be Big Jack and goals, safe to say.
Aye.
And I think definitely going to go with Tav. I think. But Jack Southside, you Tav.
I think Tav will play right back. Aye.
I don't see why not at the moment, mate. I don't see he's done. I think he's done all right. I thought you'd done well in Manchester, James Tavernier, if I'm honest.
Yep. Aye, done okay. Aye, well, you know, because you've not heard anybody moaning about him, so that's when you know he's doing all right, isn't it? So, centre of the park, is this going to be a case of is Suter playing, is he not playing, or what do you think, Southside? Are you putting Suter in there if he's available?
I don't know. I'll leave that in now. I'll go around the rest of the team, see if we've got options.
Right, and wait a minute to move this fence.
You better move it. We get blowed in a couple of weeks ago. Proper starting anyway.
Proper start.
Proper and Jeffy. We agree with that?
Aye.
Yeah.
Aye. Right, so listen, if you ask me to put my common sense hat on, Suter's no starting, Stevie.
Right, okay.
Yeah. I wouldn't be starting him, but I don't know if he'd be ready for that. But we don't know how long he's been training in the background and what sort of fitness work he's been doing. So, no, he could be technically ready for it, but it's do you put him in? It could be a gamble when I know it's only Ross County and Sunday, and if there was maybe a chance of him coming into a game where we shouldn't really be tested at home and it's just about coming back, getting on the park, making some passes, maybe now and again he'd a ball away. And it'd be an easier game for him to come back to and easy sail into than fling him into the European game to start. That's what I'm thinking along the lines. That's the logic I'm using.
Aye, I get it. I get it. So we're saying he's no starting. Could be on the bench, so who goes in beside Proper? Come on.
Balogun will no play. Balogun will, don't think he'll play. And if I thought he was going to play, I would have him obviously been there beside Proper without question. But I believe the injury he's got, I don't think he'll probably start tomorrow night. That's just my only reason. Otherwise, if he is and it's healed up in time since last Thursday, then Balogun will strap up and he'll go out and play, I would imagine.
Balogun doesn't play, Stevie. We are really short, eh?
Aye.
Tav will go into centre back and Ridvan will go to right back. That's what it would probably be. That's what it would probably be. There's nothing else, is there? There's nobody else.
I've got to be honest. I'm going to be polite to the boy. I think
Sterling's not even near it, so.
But I think Ridvan looks somebody's void of confidence. Stevie.
I don't know, Ox. I know what you're saying, but the wee man's, you know what I mean? He's done all right in that position at times, and then there's games where he's not done all right, you know. So, aye, well, as Southside says, our hands are tied, aren't there? There's not really much else we can do. And what else do we do? He's there.
And you think about it, we're really short of body, Stevie. You've got Balogun, Suter, Sterling, Casemiro, all injured in the one position. At one time, we'd have thought we'd a glut of centre-halves. Then obviously we can't play in Salah. So we are short in that part of the pitch, Southside.
Aye, that's how it's just. It would have to be Tav. There's nobody else. I mean, people might be shouting, well, Leon King's available, but he'll no play in there before Tav. And listen, Ridvan had a bad game, right? He'd done some things wrong in that, and all players have it. He's playing out of position. Most of the time, he's played all right, and it's worked for us. And should it come to it that Balogun can't play, then I think it'll have to be Tav. It'll need to go in at centre back, and then you'd expect Ridvan to play right back, and that's the way it'll be. Otherwise, unless Balogun or Sterling comes out of somewhere and goes on the park, or unless Suter's the guy that is going to start, and maybe you'll think there's enough in him to start him, and that might just be Suter and Proper, and that might surprise us all. But I think the magnitude of the game, and I don't know how far he's been away in training and his fitness, it'd be a big game to throw him into. Whereas I think Ross County would suit him, where we should dominate most of the ball, and it's just about getting them game time and getting them back in the park, then hoping that he doesn't have a reaction for that game and then he kicks on in the games that's coming up.
Aye, all right. Well, that'll be interesting. So we move into midfield. We'll get Diamandi back. I think Raskin's a certainty to start, Stevie. Would you agree with that?
Raskin's got to be there, aye. Aye, Raskin will be there. 100% he'll be there. And let's hope we can turn that ball. Win the ball, turn it round quickly and get on the move. That's what we need to do tomorrow. Just keep turning it over and getting on the move. Right away. Definitely Raskin for me, yes.
Who you putting with him, mate?
You've got to go for Diamandi, eh?
Aye, we don't disagree, mate. It's outside.
That's a two for me.
Okay,
Good to be in it.
Aye, I think so. I was assuming it's a 4-2-3-1. So wide left, south side.
Right up, boys.
Out wide left.
Aye.
Probably Bezrami.
Right. Right, okay.
Aye.
Bajrami, wide right, depends how fit Tierney is, Stevie.
Aye.
Let's assume
Aye.
he's fit. Does he start? Because he's only missed one game.
Aye. 100%. Aye.
Right. Okay, and if he doesn't start, who would be in there?
Come on, you. Try to get 11. Try to get 11 fit players. Come on.
Shows you how short we are, eh?
Aye.
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 Would it be young Ross?
It would have to be one of us. There's nobody else.
All right. And then the way we are, we need Danilo, no Hadji. Tom Lawrence has appeared back in the squad, so you don't know if he could have a cameo, but would it be Dessers and Niggerman for used to?
Aye.
100%. Aye. But Dessers and Niggerman for the aye.
That was hard picking 11 Southside, eh?
Well, we'd probably play it as like a 4-3-3 idea, do you know? Ignaman, Tierney's going to be right, and he'll come in, and you've got Ignaman that can play off Dessers starting on the left, hoping that Ridvan will make space, that will get him down the Yefty space down the left. So, aye, that's probably the starting 11. The only one is big game, probably speed of the game, and that Suter could handle that. But I think decision for the manager, I wouldn't expect so. And if it isn't, I think it's got to be Ridvan on the right back. It's then you look at the bench, we'll have left on the bench to come on when we need to make, if we've got to make changes. That's when you're starting the players, and Dessers isn't on the bench, for instance, that can come on. So should we have to change players later on, you're really looking at a lot of the young boys, and Tom Lawrence added in there for the bench.
If someone of the centre halves are fit, could it be that we'll go with the same setup as last week with Yilmaz in front of Jeffrey, and then you could have Bajrami playing in the number 10, who I know has not exactly set the world on fire the last few weeks, Stevie?
He could, he possibly could, aye. I just look. It's one of the ones. See, until you actually know what the team is, then you can say what wee partnerships are going to be on the park. You know what I mean? For me, aye, that could possibly happen, Knox. Aye, that could happen.
Aye, watch this space. But as I said, Southside, it's not you start going through it, you see how short we are, eh?
Well, technically, if we wanted to be really bold, the only one you could do is you could move Diamande up one, use Bajrami, and you'd be sticking Bailey Rice in to play beside Raskin and fling him in the game and start him, which I don't think he would. But it would allow you to move Diamande, even left, keep Bajrami as a 10, whatever. But I don't see it happening. Or you could start with Finley Curtis, even playing left and gaining his game, and move Bajrami into the 10. But we're short, and maybe Bailey Rice and Finley Curtis will be two that might have to come on at some point in the game. But we're short on the bench because of injuries, and I just think Suter would be a big gamble. And I don't know whether he's ready or no, but we're short, and we'll just hopefully we'll have enough on the night to win the game, Oaks.
Aye, it's important that the support sticks for the teammate. It might require a bit of patience. I hope no, Stevie. I hope with perfect performance we score goals and keep them out, but I think it could be a game where you need a bit of patience.
Aye. Well, listen, that team might get the fear when the Bears start singing, when that crowd is like 12 man. They might go, wow, well, let's say the racket here. They might take the old diarrhea, get down the back of their legs, you know. So wait and see what happens there. But the crowd will be up, play a big. It's a big game tomorrow for Rangers. You know, every point, every goal, it's all money. So it's a big game. So I reckon with the crowd behind the Rangers tomorrow, that team I don't think that team will know what hit them. I think we'll win by 2 clear goals. That's my prediction. I'm not saying it's going to be easy by any manner of means, but I just think at the end of the day, we'll win with 2 clear goals.
I'll tell you that. Snap your honour. Southside.
Aye. Listen, the other team's been in a good bit of form, and I heard Clement say, like, he knows the style of play. It doesn't matter what manager comes in, they play the same sort of style and system. It hasn't changed. So he understands their system, and it's just the boys turning up on the night. And let's be honest, we're in Europe, and no matter who we're playing, we need 11 players in the blue jersey to turn up on the night and play to get us a result. So hopefully that will happen tomorrow, and hopefully Ibrox will be rocking. And if we can get an early goal, that will carry the momentum. The crowd will still go with him. And if we can get another one, then hopefully we'll see how that does. And that's what we're hoping for. Just try and get a couple of early goals in the game and just keep the crowd right and tapping them. And hopefully, as the game progresses, we'll maybe add to it. And then hopefully that nails us the 3 points. But no doubt they'll come with ambition and they'll come and cause us problems. And I don't doubt it. Our defence is going to be patchwork. So we will be tested at times. But hopefully, as I've said before, Big Jack will turn up and play in the European stage again when he's called upon. He'll do the job and keep them out. We just need the 3 points and we'll see where it takes us.
Big Jack, Stevie, he's in Europe. That was a bit of a ricket last week, yeah. I thought he'd done okay in the circumstances. Yeah, didn't have the perfect game at the weekend. I don't think he was at fault for the goal, if I'm being honest. But he could do with a big game in Europe just to try and get some of his confidence back.
Well, first and foremost, I hope we don't see him in the game tomorrow night. I hope we don't hear anything about him. That'd be a good sign. But listen, he's got to do better than what he has been doing lately. I've got to say that, Ox. He's been a bit of a bomb scare for me. And I mean, coming out and punching the ball and getting in his own net and stuff like that. He's no cup finals, hitting the ball out, straight out there. There's been a few things where it's raised eyebrows. He's a good keeper. He at Man United, he saved a lot of good shots. I know you've got to give him credit that way too. But man, he's became a wee bit of a bomb scare. If you're coming out, he needs to come out and demand that 6-yard box. And when you come out, everybody knows you can't come out in half measures. You've got to come out and win that ball. You know, the more I fingers crossed that we're not talking about him. But when called upon, he's going to have to pull. He needs a good game under his belt. He needs to make a few good saves under his belt to get back and par where he was, because he's nowhere near the Jack for last year and the last season. Nowhere near it.
Yeah. Because had a few records, it's hard to argue against that Southside.
No, he has. Listen, goalkeepers all the time will make an error or two. It happens. But the one when he's done the John Lukic, hasn't he? And for me, when he was getting his fist on it should all been going one way, right outside our area. So it's a howler. And he had a few good saves in the game, don't get me wrong. But ones I probably have expected him to make. But it's another big game tomorrow night. Hopefully we'll not be called upon too often. And we'll be sort of dominating the game in the midfield. But they will come up the park a few times, no doubt, and cause us problems. So hopefully he'll be on his game tomorrow night, Ox.
I hope he's non-existent, Stevie.
That's exactly what I'm saying to you. I hope we don't hear his name at all, and that just tells you that the Rangers they'll be on top. You know what I mean? But he's got to, when called upon, he needs to be there. He can't, no matter this coming out and flopping at things and missing them, and and just spilling it and out. He's got to be on the ball. It's a big game for us tomorrow. And he's a big goalie and he's a big part of our team, and he needs to start showing it again.
Right, get yourself a mute once, because we're going to have a tune.
and see just what the Rangers really mean to me. These last few years I've been afraid that we might drift away. So I've been telling old stories and singing songs, made me think about where we come from. That's the reason why I feel so very proud today. So let me tell you that I love you, and I think about you all the time. Irish Stadium calls me, and now I'm coming home. To think of life without the Rangers, you know that it would make me more sad. Glasgow Rangers is everything I've ever had. We won 9 in a row, and I'm still dreaming of Brian Laundrie, Trevor Stephen, Marvin Andrews, Seth, keep believing, Davy Cooper on the wing. We remember Gaza with great affection, the day the helicopter changed direction. Jimmy Baxter, he was pure perfection. Super Ali scores again. Well, let me tell you that I love you, and I think about you all the time. Ibrox Stadium's calls me, and now I'm coming home. To think of life without the Rangers, you know that it would make me more sad. Glasgow Rangers is everything I've ever had. To think of life without the Rangers, you know that it would make me more sad. Glasgow Rangers is everything I've ever had.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972? It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Wow. But that's slowed down. It's quite an emotional number, and so I said, you'll never work with Albert.
I know, I still no taking to it, you know what he's like, he can be stubborn. But I know in some of the stadiums we've been to, there's some good footage of that. I think Birmingham done it someday, I think it was called In the Crowd. It was shot for the Birmingham end when we're down there. It was 9. I didn't believe we were signing it for 9 minutes. He chucked it after 9 minutes, 13 seconds or something. I think it was still going to be gone, but aye. Done a good rendition of it down in Manchester and on. Aye. It certainly annoys a few of the supporters in certain stadiums, the tune.
Aye. I don't think they see the irony, some people, but I like it. Yeah. Stevie.
Magic wee number. I like it. When the bells are singing it, man, full flow, it's brilliant. And the man that gave us the song, Mr. Bobby Parts, Mr. Robert Parts, he's a friend of mine, and he's a good guy. And he's been on his circuit for many a year, helped many a good Rangers club, and done a lot of good charity work for Blue and Roses, so fair play. But getting back to Albert's a man half breed, didn't he?
Oh, they made that man, they threw the mould away.
Aye.
He threw the mould away.
Mm-hmm.
He is a one-off. And
Yep.
very.
Can I just... Sorry, on you go.
Yeah, carry on. Southside.
No, I wasn't going to mention it, but on you go.
No, he's a one-off, mate. He's a one-off. We'll leave it like that. And we love him. Southside.
Right, I just want to say, right, I get sent permutations, right? Now, he's obviously listening to the show. Now, I'm grateful that you sent me the permutations of where we can finish, but it's massive, right? There's all this games and everything. He thinks I'm going to sit and read that. He's a bit annoyed that he sent me the permutations and I haven't actually said where we could finish.
Are you talking about the child in the man's body?
Oh, no, a wee bit annoyed, but I mean, we're doing this live and I'm not going to sit there and try and work all that out, but I'm grateful that you sent me it, but, you know, we'll finish up where we finish up. We get 3 points tomorrow and then we'll know. By the time I get home, I'll probably find out who we've got in the next round if we don't make the top 8, so I'll be fine.
Was that right?
Listen, am I not right in saying if we win and a result goes our way, we're in the last 8, and if we draw, then we're in the playoffs? Is that not right?
No.
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 There's quite a few scenarios. I'm just wondering. Right, let me see if I can get it up here for just for. By the way, you can phone in. You can welcome me phone in if he wants to run through it, mate. I mean, I'm not too keen in these Word documents. He's got green on it. Right, okay. Right. So if we win, yeah, the Rangers will finish either 5th to 13th, depending on the results. That's all the possibilities. Right. Rangers draw, we can end up anywhere between 11th and 19th, depending on other things. And if we lost, we're at least 23rd, and there's 24 teams, we would be in the playoff round. Yeah. So there you go. Just to simplify it, it's a complicated scenario with a lot of results. And by the way, I think it's home to a bit of skullduggery. Let's play out a one each draw, depending where people are sitting. But I said that at the start. But it could also be exciting, Stevie. Yeah.
Of course it can. Of course it can. But listen, I don't like the idea of that, what you just says there, a bit of skullduggery. We've got enough of that here going on with referees. Never mind when you go to Europe, teams just kicking the ball about and passing the ball because they know they're through or they're putting their other team out. I'm not into that setup. I wouldn't like to think that's going on even in Europe, you know what I mean? But it will happen. The situation comes in, it will happen, and we'll do it ourselves about it. But I don't think that's right, folks. You know, I prefer the old setup.
It's a downside of the format. It's a downside.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's pros and cons in everything, isn't there? So
Aye. Right, come and join us, see what you think the team will be. See what you think how we'll go tomorrow. Do you accept it's a big game? It's an important game for the club, Stevie. Revenue.
Prestige. Aye. We're doing well in Europe. We want to keep winning our home games. See, if you don't win your home games, you don't deserve to do it in Europe. You've got to win your home games in Europe and then try and pick up points on the road. I don't think anybody would disagree with that, no matter what the format is or the setup. You've got to win your home games. And I fancy anybody at Ibrox with the crowd behind us. End of story.
We have beat some decent teams at Ibrox in the last few years. We'll beat teams away and had performances away in Europe. Arguably, this sort of Gerrard, Van Bronckhorst, Beale, Clement's team have been more consistent than in Europe than Rangers in the past. Bizarre as it seems, Southside, isn't it?
Aye, we have, to be honest, especially under Stevie G, you know. We done some big results against teams that are away from home and at home that didn't always fancies, and we had the odd one where like Malmo obviously comes along, but at Ibrox, and obviously Leverkusen were a good team that put us out, to be honest. But we've showed up well, and the squad's sort of changed all the time to a point. It's really changed this year, and Clermont's done well for us, and tactically we've been really good. So, we've just got to try and continue it tomorrow night. It's a club for Belgium, they'll be technically good, probably big physical units of boys, I would imagine. And we'll just need to make sure that we keep it tight at the back, and when we get chances up front, we take them. And if Dessler starts, probably find he might stick one in the net. He's on that wee run of form at the moment. These sort of games probably suit him. So if he starts, then I'd like to think he'll get himself on the score sheet.
Dessers, it's just a word that comes up every now and then, Stevie, and I'll say it again. In my opinion, he's the biggest enigma we've had at Ibrox.
Certainly. There's times you can shake your head and look to the heavens and say, how did they miss that? And there's times like Betis, times like even Tannadice and down in Manchester. Great goals. You've gone, wow, how can they do that and they can't score a tap man? He is an enigma, mate. Tomorrow night, anything comes across his way, he's got to take his chances tomorrow night. And I think he will. He's on a wee run now. So I think his confidence is up now, and I think if he gets a sniff, he'll do all right. But you're totally right. He's just a player where we're all looking to the heavens going, man, wow. I mean, what many goals has he got? He's not going to hit 20 goals at least this season.
I think 18 so far and 22 last season. I read it on Monday night, Stevie. I read it Monday night. I get sent this. I've not checked it out, so please. I should have done really, but it was for our good friend Ross in Holland, and it's the players that he scored more goals in, and it's frightening. But he scored more goals for Rangers than some people you'll not realise, mate. Let me just get it. Let me just get it. He scored more goals for Rangers. De Boer, Roof, Flo, Purcell, Yelovich, Negri, Fleck, Dodge, Naismith and Defoe. There you go. Anyway, we've been joined by David. Evening, David.
How's it going, lads?
All right, how's your good self, mate? All right?
No bad at all. Only on for a wee 5 minutes just to talk about the game more. I've not been on for weeks. Been going on. But,
by the way, congratulations, your technical skills, brother.
I know, honestly, I nearly collapsed there when that phone went through Skype.
Yeah.
But the last couple of, it's been a mixed bag, hasn't it? Over the last number of weeks, gone like Easter Road. I mean, we could have been, without a shadow of a doubt, we could have been about 6-0 up within about 30 minutes. And then, the thing is with Rangers at times, I know, sometimes it takes us to go a goal down or go 2-0 up and let the other side come back in, and then we go again. And that's the frustrating thing. See, when we go for the whole 90 minutes, we can blow teams away. We've been doing it for years, but that complacency sometimes just sets in. The one way, even that game in particular, I know Diamande, and I like Diamande, but at times he drives me mental. Because in that game, it just summed up for me. He wins an absolutely brilliant tackle that day and steps out with the ball and then plays a lazy square pass into the midfield that didn't even the legs to get away and they score. And you go, do you know what I mean? It drives you mental at times, but we've got a beauty up front now. Big Dessers again, he's come back and some of his finishes have been brilliant, but I mean, people are kind of saying tomorrow, a few players out, but it's Thursday night's at Ibrox, isn't it? So I quite expect Rangers to go and win that game.
Aye, but what we did discuss earlier on, David, is the team, and we were really struggling. Well, we weren't struggling, but it's becoming a wee bit patchwork if everybody's injured and or no back, mate. But it'll be interesting to see who lines up the ball.
It's a bit of it's the same every week with Rangers. There's players out every week, and then suspensions and it's a bit of it. I think I would imagine you'll see Rask in the middle part. Obviously, Diamandi will be in there with him, won't he?
Aye.
So that's a given. Just guys like even McCausland sometimes coming on. It was brilliant, by the way, at Old Trafford to see. And they hurt him, but what do you call him on the bench? He's went down to Birmingham there.
Dow.
Aye, he was. Finally, Clement bringing on the boy Bailey Rice and the wee boy Curtis. I thought, good, give these boys a chance, because these boys, tell me they're any better than Dowell. Plus, they're not going to get any better just sitting on the bench. And how many times have we let players, young boys, go, and before you know it, they make a right career elsewhere? Give the boys a chance. I thought the two of them were brilliant when they came on. It's good to see. Big Clement, I tell you what, he keeps getting knocked down, but he just keeps getting back up again, doesn't he? And just kind of proving a few people wrong, including myself at times. Though, as you know, not overly convinced, but so I fancy them all anyway again.
Right. And you come Southside?
Nah, Diamandi sometimes does, David, frustrate you a wee bit. I've been looking for him to get better in the league games, because I think in Europe he's been pretty good. Does a lot of work rate, does a lot of running. He's got the legs to get about the park. He was doing a lot of running after the ball before he got suspended. He was making space for Czerny and making space for other players to move into, which I noticed. I thought he was working hard that way. But I want him to get on the score sheet more and get more shots at goal. But I think we'll still see him be a bit more consistent over a period of time. I think sometimes you'll get it and then he drops off for a couple of games. But I think tomorrow night, I think we missed him at Old Trafford. And I think it'll be good to have him back tomorrow night. Good to see the young boys breaking through. We need that. Hopefully we'll be able to carry them and they'll get times to play, and hopefully in time they'll get to become first team players or push the first team players as hard as they can to get as much game time as possible, and hopefully they'll go and have a career. And both of them are really talented, and if they go in and do well at Rangers and get into the first team over a period of time, I'm sure clubs will come looking for them in time, because the young boy Finley Curtis is a talent, and so is Bailey Rice. And there's a boy NCL at the back's getting a chance in, which is good to see. So, they're getting chances, mate, and it's only down to them to take them, and hopefully we've got to make them better players, and we've got to make sure that we keep winning in the process, and that's the thing. It's the thing that Clement gets judged by results, so we've got to stay as consistent as we can to the end of the season.
Stevie?
Aye, many times have we said in games when that Kieran Dowell's been on the park, surely we've got a boy that can come on and do what he does, and it was good that the fact that he put the young boy Bailey Rice in that on before him, and people born at Clement still giving youth a chance. Well, some will say our horns were tied and that's the only thing we could do. Well, it was the really one. We could have put Dowell on, so as we've done in the past. So it was definitely good to see the young boys coming on and breaking their duck. And there a young boy just got a new contract there. So things are looking up for a young team, and let's just hope when they get their chance that they come out and shows a wee bit of something fresh and unique. The way the boy Igman's come on, I mean, what age is Igman? 21?
22, aye.
21, what age are these boys? 18. So there's no much of a big age gap. If Igman could come on with try overheat kicks, try stuff that nobody else, nutmeg people, float by people, pull the ball down, these young boys, if they can show a wee bit like that, it's just something unique and fresh, and show opponents no respect whatsoever, and just get in about them, then they'll get their chance. They definitely will get their chance, because Igman's definitely get taken his by both hands. So let's hope the young team follows suit, eh?
I mean, he's worth the admission, money. That flick he done near the end of the game was just unbelievable on Sunday, David.
Well, I was kind of having an argument a couple of weeks ago with somebody, and honestly, I will argue till I'm blue in the face.
I
I'm
like that.
convinced.
You've done that. I see what you've done there.
Well, obviously. But I am absolutely convinced that we've got the best player in Scotland there. There's nobody better than that boy. He is absolutely top drawer. Some of his touches are absolutely incredible. See the game against Hibs? Obviously, left. Even with his goal, see his touch out in the halfway line at the time, and he's so unlucky with his fourth. He's got everything, the boy. He's got bundles. He's only going to get better. He'll not be here for long. But as I said, this is exactly what Rangers should be doing. And hopefully, and the guys behind the scenes, already of guys looked up and out, because listen, don't be kidding. It could go this windy. You just don't know. You don't know. But the bottom line is, as long as we've got somebody there to come in, our plans in place, because if they aren't doing that, then they're not doing their job right. But they will be. Finally, we're starting to see players here now that, as Stevie said there, I know, by the way, Stevie made a comment there about the confidence, big man, with the young boys, and he's absolutely spot on. That see that kind of off the cuff attitude and no giving a you know what.
Yep.
Sometimes we've had a lot of young players come in at times and they're kind of getting into their shell and whatever, but there's a reason for that. Some of the older players haven't got that about them, that kind of. But see, when you're playing with a boy like Eggman up there, the chest is out and everything. That must get in the squad. I know he's only a young boy, but surely that gives you confidence. You're going, this boy's top drawer, by the way. And the young boys were going, he'll be. I think I thought Stevie was bang on there. Sometimes we get into ourselves. I think the young boy Rice and Curtis and that, they took a chance of ball with Bailey Rice and all doing it. Man United, it's a terrific ball. That's what you want to see, splitting defences and having the right go at it.
Yep. Listen, see the way Eggman, how many times in the game there did Eggman pull the ball? He's just pull the ball out there. He's just.
I've said to my mates, man, he'd take a fridge freezer down his chest, man, honestly.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant. Aye, by the way, what do you keep in your fridge? Any good pies?
I was going to say, he wouldn't be able to bring my fridge freezer down his chest right enough.
No, I get what you're meaning, but how fresh is he? Listen, we've been paying, me and Southside will tell you, an average ticket when all these away dumps, right, is 33 bangers. Just say an average of 33 quid.
Aye.
And that boy's worth the 33 quid. Just
how good do you see him now? Do you know, honestly, I genuinely don't see a better player in Scotland than him. And I mean, I loved Morelos, right? And I'm not going to go down the road. People say that's too early, but I kind of see. He seems to have that about Minot, and he might even be better than Morelos, by the way. And I think he actually is. And I know it's
more skill than Morelos. More skill.
He just seems a bit more controlled. I know. See that one at the one when the ball broke to him against Aberdeen at Ibrox there. Now, certain players would lash at that. He just stops about and boom. Nice, cool and calm. He's done that a few times. His first goal was at Nice. Remember that goal he went round the keeper? And then the other one, he's everything about him. He's just so cool, calm. I really, honestly, I think he's gone right to the top, the boy. But this is the thing. People are going like, oh, aye, baby, he'll not be here for long. But good, because if he's doing a job for Rangers, he won't be here for long. That's what it's all about. He didn't Scottish fit, but do you know what I mean? We know we're a bigger club than Leicester's or Aston Villa's or Everton or whatever, but it's all about recycling, and you get players in. It's not the end of the Rangers are bigger than anything. You know what I mean? So I'm just delighted to see we've got a bit of just a boy that you've got. There's young kids must be going to games now. He'll be their hero now. Do you know what I mean?
Entertaining what he does, they'll be trying their moves.
Listen, lads, I'm going to go. But it was great. Thanks for taking my call.
No, well done, mate. We're proud of you.
Thanks for following.
I don't know how do I turn this off again.
Oh, don't worry.
Right, lads. All right, good to speak to you.
All the best, David.
All the best, David.
Right.
Well,
cheers.
They're our two freezer expert on, and I'll pass you to our chest expert, Southside.
Aye, it's I heard that chest freezer, no? The thing about it is, listen, he's on a 5-year contract. He's just in the door. He's having a purple patch, right? We can see he's got great ability. That's no in question. Just wish people would stop putting price tags on him and all that. I'm hoping that he'll continue the way he's going. to the end of the season, and then we'll see him another season, and let's see if he can grow and come in with the new players that we're going to bring into the team. You have to do the same. So unless it's a mega bid, then obviously Rangers would look at it. But I think for any of the two of them, a mega bid has to start with a 2 on it.
I get you, Southside, but
so
don't know what their contracts say, do you?
No, but listen, we're trying to build a team. We want to get back to winning ways. And I get every now and again, we'll pick a player up and you'll probably be really, really good maybe for a season and a half, and they might just get a big bid and he has to go. But I'd like to hope that we'll have him for at least the 2 since he's come in. I'd like him, we'll get another season out of the 2 of them to come on the 2 of them. Added with Diamande, Stein, hopefully Cortez coming back. We need to fill the right wing spot going forward. We're looking at probably another centre back coming in and midfielder and striker. So we're still trying to build a team. And although we've got 2 that are playing really well now, I'm no so keen and just, we're fussing that. We need to try to keep them and try and make this team successful to what we've got left to the end of the season, but certainly going forward next year in Scotland anyway.
Aye. Can I just change the subject slightly with what I've been saying? I mentioned, I think it's only right we deal with it. You remember, tragically, the young lady who passed away at the Aberdeen game, Jacqueline Malone Wallace. Some people know as Jackie Wallace, or Jai Wallace. Yeah. There's something that for Rangers. But listen, tragically passed away, and there'll be a tribute in the 39th minute tomorrow against USG. So listen, we know how it starts and it spreads through the stadium. She went to the game to watch the Rangers, and unfortunately she never got home again. So all our thoughts and prayers go to our friends and family and our loved ones, but time for maybe the Rangers family to say sorry and pay their respects tomorrow night in the 39th minute. Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely. Yep.
Yeah. So tomorrow night we hear it spreading around the stadium. You know it's for one of our own. I go back to your point, Southside. I get it. Listen, I've liked Mr. Fox was on the Eggerman one before me. I like Jeffy quite quickly. I think they've got something about them. How good they're going to be, I don't know, mate. You don't know. You've seen it before with people just second season syndrome. They don't kick on, they get an injury. Loads of things. Football's fickle, but however, at this moment, the 2 of them look as if they've got something about them. It's exciting. And being so young, they're big assets. And if one of these teams come in with crazy money, aye. Normal money, no. There you go. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yeah.
For me, it does, right? Yeah.
Aye. We'll see. I'm enjoying them. I'm enjoying the 2 of them, yeah.
Aye. Let's be honest, Ox. We don't want to keep but sell our best players, don't we know? But we want them to get a couple of trophies with us and stuff like that. I mean, a crying shame if we Eggman went away and he never won any trophies with the Rangers or anything like that, But look, if money talks, if somebody's going to come in and say, there's, what was it, Southside said, it's going to start with a 20 anyway, 2-0, so 20 million and up. So if somebody was to come in with something like that and we got him for 2.5 million, he's gone. Unfortunately, he's away. You know what I mean? And I've got to say, if a young boy keeps going the way he's gone, he could maybe start with a 3-0 and end it up, because I'll tell you something, the boy's got something about him. He really has. He's strong, scores right foot, left foot. He can score with the heat. He can trap a ball, pull a ball down. He can whiz by players as if they're not there. I mean, David was talking about Nisa. I mean, look at that boy. Put through the defender's legs and bent it round the keeper into the net. And look at his goals at Easter Road and stuff like that. It was a perfect hat trick, right foot, left foot header. The boy's definitely
Look at his pass to Raskin at Old Trafford, mate.
Yep, right, yep. Unbelievable. So the boy has definitely, he's come on a ton. His fitness is getting better. He's getting more mature as time goes on. He's playing these games in Europe. He's getting European experience under his belt. And listen, even at the end of this season, if somebody was to come in, you've got to try and get as much money as you can. And I'm telling you something, that boy's different. That boy's unique. And I'd be looking for a lot more than 20 million quid for him. That's just me, but especially the way money is these days. An average player doing in the Premiership, you're talking 15 million quid. Let's be honest. Just an average G.I. Joe is 15 million quid. This boy's 21 years of age, built solid, and he's a football player. And there's no money kicking about Ox.
No, that are entertainers as well. Know that are entertainers. You know.
No.
I don't. When was the last time we seen somebody nutmeg Southside?
I don't know. I was just going to say, he just looks like he just plays as if he plays in the street. You know, he's just like a wee street, as if he's played in the street growing up, nutmegging people, doing wee flicks and tricks, and that's what he does on the park. He's a phenomenal talent. He's got loads and loads of skill, but we've just got to let him grow and hope, because he'll hit some spell where he'll go through where he might not score for a few weeks, and you know what it's like. Then he'll get judged and all that, and it's how you keep scoring, how you get back to scoring again. At the moment, everything he's doing well, and he's influencing games, or he's doing something in the game. Well, like you said, the ball through to Raskin and that, and he was more involved at Old Trafford. But there'll be games when he might be a bit quieter. I just think if we can keep him another full season, he'll become an international player, I would imagine. Sometime this year, he'll be capped for Morocco. I don't doubt it. They'll pull him into a squad. They've got the AFCON next year, and they're the hosts. So once he's capped at that level as well, that puts the kudos up a bit more as well. But I'd like to hope that they two will still be part of your squad going forward next year, because they'll grow, they'll become better players. And then if the big bids come in, and we think it's the right thing to do, which it probably will be, then they can go. But I want them to stay here, try and win stuff, and enjoy them, because they'll do well here playing for us at the moment, as we're seeing, and they'll grow.
Aye. Mm-hmm. It's going to be interesting. I think this is only my take on it, and I've nothing to back this up. I think sometimes the questions at the press conference are pure mischief making, Stevie.
But the questions at press conferences?
Yes.
Oh, mate, we know what they're about. They're always up to no good. They're always trying to catch a Rangers player or the Rangers manager out, hoping they say something, gives a team talk, or hoping they give something away about his team that the other opposition can dig their claws into. We all know what they're all about, and we all know what kind of stock this mob's after. We all know what the left-wing media is all about. Bridges told us enough and taught us enough about it, hasn't he? Even for his day, and right up to previous, you know. We're triple wide tape, mate. As Rangers men, we need to be, because they pull that jersey on in any capacity, whether you're a trainer or whether you're one of the lassies team, right through to the men's first team. You've got to be a different breed when you become a Ranger and a Ranger supporter, because everything out there alive hates you because of what you stand for. And that's the truth in a matter. And until people that wear the badge understand that, then they're never going to get anywhere being a Ranger. Be a Ranger, you've got to be a different breed, a different person. You've got to broad shoulders, you've got to know when to stand your ground. And that's in every department. As soon as you wear the jersey, that's it.
Aye, all right. Aye. It'll be interesting to see what happens. When does the transfer window? Next week? Is it next week? Early next week?
Monday.
Is it Monday?
Mm-hmm.
Monday. I'm not a fan of the transfer window, Southside. I don't think it's good for football, if I'm honest.
Aye, maybe if you've got some money and you need one or two players and a necessity, it's probably all right. But on the whole, you know you're not going to get, or you go for a lot of your main targets. You're not really going to get a lot of them in the January unless they're coming out of contract, and depending on what clubs want as a fee to let them go early. But generally, all clubs try and do their business in the summer. But as you know, in the summer you end up with European Championships and World Cups and all that. In the season, sometimes you'll get friendlies and all that international still getting played in June. And so, aye, but most of the business for all the clubs and what you're trying to do all gets done in the summer usually, doesn't it?
Aye.
Ox, can I ask you a question? What way do you not like it? What way?
I just think, I don't think it makes economic sense for all the business of football, mate. So the transfer window shuts next Monday, and there's a deal fell through, but the deal could still go through the following Monday, and a club could get X amount in and need it, and they can't trade. I just don't think it makes sense.
Do you not think it could be an exciting thing or not? You know, listen, where I don't think it makes sense is financial fair play ties clubs' hands to what they can spend. And I think that way it's a wee bit, I mean, the likes of your situation, you know, what we pay out in wages and everything else, financial fair play. So you really need to get people out the door before you bring them in. So the transfer window, no, it's not really of interest to us, if you know what I mean, because you're not going to go there and sign somebody for £10 million because you can't spend it even if you had it. You know what I mean? So I think to that end, but do you not think the transfer window could be a good thing? No, an exciting thing? No.
It's never done it for me, mate. I just don't. I think it's something that came into the game. I think it's an American thing, and it's come in, and I don't know if it helps again. You know, I don't know if it does. Yeah, I mean the transfer window never
You're old fashioned. You'd want to just sign players all year through.
I just don't. If you look at us, we've no centre halves. If this was February and we were closer, and you can't sign a centre half, mate, because the transfer window's shut, and you've got the finance to do it. I don't get it, mate. You know, just me, Stevie. Just something that I think, yeah. I don't know. Southside.
Aye, no, it used to be you could sign a player when you wanted. As soon as you used to do it around about Christmas time. I think you signed Graham Roberts around about then. Maybe Ray Wilkins. Can't remember. But I'm sure something like that. Used to get a couple of players his time at Rangers. But no, that's what it is now. But as obviously, if you need, I think some leagues like you do an emergency loan to another club maybe for a player, but that's as far as it goes. But I like to say if you get hit with a lot of injuries over a Christmas period or the transfer window's shut and you need to get reinforcements, you used to just go and put a bid in for a player and you'd maybe get them, work it out. But it maybe, as they say, it's people say it's a restriction of trade in it, that you're not allowed to have a shutdown in it where you can't trade players for the amount of months till January again.
And Mr. Fox years ago and years said he had concerns that the transfer window might die. Well, if you look at the January one, it's dying, isn't it?
Right.
You know. But anyway, that's a whole different debate. Just me, Stevie. Just me. You know me. I can see things different. You know. But how do you think it's going to pan out tomorrow night? And do you think we could see Dessers and Igaman go again? Does that excite you? With Dessers being up top and having somebody around about him, or is it the fact that it's Igaman on the park? Yeah.
Aye. Oh, 100%. I mean, I thought the two of them done all right together Sunday. You know, so for me, I'll let the two of them go. Look, they know where the net is, the two of them. There's no two ways about it. They've got to take their chances. Get the ball into the big man's feet and hopefully can hold it up and bring him in. Or even if you're playing a high ball into the box, the big one goes up, it could fall to the wee barra and he'll pop it in the net. There's ways with it. There's certain things you can do there. You can change your tactics to suit. But for me, I'd fling the two of them up there. I'm pretty confident the two of them will get a goal or two or more anyway between them. As I said to you, I think we'll win two with two clear goals. Whether it's 3-1 or 2-0, I think we'll win with two clear goals. And I think the crowd will play a big part in that, because I don't think this team all here, when we're in full swing, I don't think that team they'll be a bit shell-shocked, I think. And by the way, let's just hope and pray we're not talking about referees tomorrow. So let's hope VAR does its job properly.
Well, what's pleased me about the referees, once again, we're talking about it after we won the game 3-1.
Correct. It's no as if it's sour grapes.
Aye. Yeah. Aye. Listen, Cherney, when they went off at Old Trafford, I'll be honest with you, Southside, I didn't think we see him back in training. I mean, it's only, was that 6 days and he's back in training, so that suggests it's no hamstring here, which we all initially thought.
Aye, I can remember him sort of going off, but I was unsure why. I thought maybe just he was knackered and it was just a change at one point, but obviously if it was an ago, it's not been too serious. And he's certainly back. We need him because I've lost Hadji tomorrow night. Bezrami's been in and out, flashes here or there, but nothing in the last couple of games for any sustained period. So need Cherney back. He'll create, he can score, he can play a good pass, as we've seen many a time. So we need creative player on the park. And we don't have a lot. If you stuck Dessers on the bench, to be honest, you would probably be playing one of the young boys in the team then, because I don't see how you could fill it any other way, unless you were playing Tom Lawrence in there, which I doubt. So I think we'll need to start with Dessers and Ignaman, and hope that with Cherney, Bezrami on the park and probably Ridvan, if depending if he takes a gamble with a centre back, you'd probably see Ridvan wide left, and that'll be probably the strongest team we've got on the park, and that's what we'll need to try and get the win until we maybe need to make changes later on.
Aye. By the way, we've debated or discussed tonight, whether you might have it. It is remarkably how short we are, isn't it? By the way, and it could be that Curtis and Bailey Rice become even merry apart quicker and they get a bit of luck. And if they play what they've done in the two cameos I've had, I have no problem with on the park, but I don't want to put too much pressure on them, Stevie.
Listen, there's nothing wrong with the youthful young boys coming on 60, 70 minutes and running teams ragged. I mean, a young boy can run all day, surely. You know what I mean? So there's nothing wrong with these boys coming on. If they're good enough to come on against Manchester United, they're good enough to come on tomorrow to that game. Just as I said earlier on, as a boy David and that who's agreeing with me, just come on and play the game, show no respect to people and have a wee bit of swagger and just get in about it and do what you need to do. But give everything. When you get your chance, you've got to grasp it, get out on that bar and give everything. Don't be diving into silly fouls and stuff like that, as we've seen it happening before. With the young boy Rice, he got booked a couple of times when he's been on, but just play your game and be fresh and don't show a bit of swag and confidence, and the Bears will get behind that 100%. I just think the boys have no problem any of the two of them coming on tomorrow at some point. There you go.
Well, my initial thoughts are, I like them, Southside. I think they've got Bailey Rice showed he can get about the park. Just I know it was only a small cameo at Old Trafford, but he done well. Yeah.
Aye.
And the boy Curtis, Yeah, he worked hard and up and down, and he was shown for the ball, mate. Didn't show any fear. Don't want to judge him too much against Fraser, but I accept that. That's a different level. But last week, his game at Old Trafford, so there's a lot to like. But I'm not saying they've made it or they're going to make it. I'm just saying on their journey at the moment, let us see what I like.
Aye, it's down to us to expose them at the right times on the park, and it's down to them to just go out and play their natural game. And when Bailey Rice does play and gets regular or gets enough game time, he'll do the Hollywood pass that he's familiar for, but he maybe does not want to do it. When he just wants to go in the park, he just want to do the simple things, keep yourself in the game, but he'll do that thing on the park at some point. He'll just go wow, because he's got it in his locker. And Finley Curtis, I'd expect, with enough game time and getting into the right positions in the team, I think he could add to our goal tally as well, because he's got an eye for goal. But it's just letting them ease them in and give them chances. And if you're looking at bringing a Bailey Rice or a Finley Curtis on, I think I would have them on the park before I would fling on Tom Lawrence, fit or no fit, because I think they deserve to get a chance, and just expose them to this European football at Ibrox, and hopefully they'll be in a winning team at the end of the night as well.
Are you suggesting to me we shouldn't see much more of Tom Lawrence?
Depending on injuries, the manager might use him. But I think there's been speculation that they were maybe trying to get himself sorted. The same with Matondo, and was Matondo in the European squad? No, I can't remember. It's been that long since he's been. No, so it wouldn't even matter. So he's not even up for consideration anymore either. So I mean, Tom Lawrence is back. If the injuries keep up, he might. But we're going to have Hadji back, and if Daniel's back to fitness soon, Tom Lawrence is a guy that you wouldn't think you would really need to use, would you?
No, maybe no. And obviously he's only got weeks left with his contract's up in the summer.
Aye, but then again, stranger things have happened. They might get game time at some point in a game, but they might just come on as a sub.
Yeah, mate, I get that. Stevie?
Aye, I can only agree with what Southside said there. Aye, listen, if we're all honest, we're wanting to part company with these guys, aren't we? No, enough's enough for what we're paying and what we're getting. Your Matondos and all these guys. Yeah, we need to get rid of them and the best way for the club. How we go about it, I do not know, because guys like Matondo, as you've rightly said a million times, Orcs, they're going to sit in the stand and take 30 grand a week there and go somewhere else for £10,000 less. You know, that's the ambition of some of these players, you know. And you can just tell their ambition. They're injured more than what they're playing at Rangers. So going anywhere else is a downgrade for them. So they'd rather sit in the stand at Ibrox and watch the Rangers and get their full pay, wouldn't they? And that's the hard thing about it as a supporter. You know, if they freed up all that money, we could probably bring in some no bad players with that kind of pot, you know what I mean? But it's just a hard thing. But the likes of Tom Lawrence and that, he's the exact same as, what would you call him, played up front, but he's always injured, made a wee bits.
Roof.
Roof. Great finisher, no good to sitting in the stand. And Tom Lawrence is very much the same. Good player, no good to played 5-6 games and then out. That's the way it's went for him, let's be honest. And that's no good. We need players to go in the park doing the business at Rangers. You know.
Do you want to ever guess how many games he started for us?
Tom Lawrence?
Aye.
Started 5.
Total?
Higher. I'll go a wee bit higher.
Not this season, Southside.
Aye, this season, aye. What? He's probably played slightly more, but he's running about that. He's no played 10 anyway. Definitely no started 10 games.
What about these 2.5 year ways?
2.5 year, I'll go for 18.
2.5 year. Yeah, with more than that.
More
than that. I know he's out for large chunks, but with sub-appearances and whatnot. Starting games to be at Ox.
I started him
in
in
his
again.
2.5 years.
Aye.
He's done more than that.
Season.
I've done about 25.
Aye.
All right, he started. I'll give you a bonus point for that, Southside, because I'll say you were just talking about league games. He started 24 league games for us. 4 his first season, 12 his second, and 7 this season. In total, he started 37 games for us in all competitions. 7 his first season, 16 his second, and 14 this season. He started 11 games in Europe, bizarrely, in total, yeah, which is more than he's done in the other 2 cups put together. So there you go, 37 starts, 19 substitute appearances, 11 goals in nearly three seasons, mate. You know, when we're maybe looking at guys to be chipping in with about 120, you know, 40 a season in average. That still means you're sitting out for 20 games, roughly the amount of games we play. So value for money. I know he's got ability. He can strike a ball, see a pass. He's no fear Tom Lawrence, but he ain't been value for money. Stevie?
No, totally agree. Not being value for money. That's dreadful to think you're sitting there 20 games a season up in the store and up watching it, collecting what a week? What do you reckon he's on?
He'll be one of our bigger earners at the club, mate. We'll be up there, Southside, eh?
Aye. He gets more than Matondo.
Say, don't make me great.
He hit a crossbar. Was it against Eindhoven when we beat them 1-0, Kolak? Or was it the
PSV? He done the two guys.
He twisted the twist from the edge of the 18-yard box, didn't he? He always had ability and skill. And when he came, he had the right profile and he hadn't been injured and he played in that championship. And it's a hard league to play in, the championship, when you're playing weekends, Tuesdays and all that. And he played a lot of games and I thought he was the right sort of player to come to us at the right time. And he would add a bit. And then suddenly he just got injury and then didn't really come back again, goes back out again. And as you see, the return and the figures that are there in his appearances speak for himself, and a hefty price tag of wages. We just can't afford to keep that going. So if he doesn't move, and by Monday he'll be here at the end of the season. So whether he gets cameo roles or no, we'll find out going forward.
Aye. Listen, I mean, he got that initial injury and then we never really see him, you know, so there's arguments for being unlucky. And when they got the initial injury, you don't know how his career would have been with, you know. So once again, a bit of bad luck, Stevie.
Listen, man, no time for sentiment anymore at Ox. No time for it. We need to get rid of the deadwood. End of story. As much as we like to look, we all want them to succeed. As Southside said there, it's a good league he was playing in. He was playing every week, and you're thinking, right, get him up the high rope, see him crack on. He's just not done it. He's not been value for money. He's no good to us. Players are no good to us sitting in a stand. End of story. We need all hands to the pump now, especially with the dark side catching up in trophy tally. So we need now all hands to the pump. We want people that wants to play for us, play the game every week. We want people to play through the pain barrier if they can, if the sports scientists allow them. As silly as that sounds. But anyway, he's no good to his Ox. Time to go, time to get rid of him. If his contract's up at the end of the season, you just say thanks and shake his horn and let him walk into the sunset. End of story.
Aye, I don't disagree, mate. You're not going to extend somebody with his attendance record, are you, Southside? Yeah,
No. And the thing is, for the first time in a long time that we've all been following Rangers, we've got young McCausland come out the academy and managing to get into the first team. We've promoted another 2 boys in Bailey Rice and Finley Curtis. You've got Encialo, who we brought in for AC Milan, fair enough, but he's classed as an academy player who in time, these boys will develop hopefully into our first team. And you might have Robbie Fraser coming back, and he's going to be available, and should a left back go, whether it be Ridvan or a Yefty in time or whatever happens in the summer, the boy might come back and be a backup as a left back. It's been a long time since we've had the amount of academy players about our first team squad that potentially you'll maybe think at least two of them might feature in Lovelace. Might, if he signs a contract, if it's been offered to him, then he's another one that's about our first team. And it's a long time since we've had a lot of that at Rangers, so it shows you the transition we're going through as a club. Since we were doing the leagues and we had young boys till we went and started to go and buy all the Laws and the Kevin Kyles and the Ian Blacks and all the rest of them, Dean Shields. But this is the first time we've had a lot of young boys that have been about the club and the academy, and hopefully we'll see some fruits for some of it in time or the next season or two. These boys will develop and become really good players for us, and maybe save us a bit of cash ops.
Aye. Listen, we hope some of them really become top players, and everybody's looking at them, because that means we're winning. Usually, Stevie, people are looking at your players.
Aye, of course that is. Of course. Can I just give you a wee exclusive? Well, since I gave you at the start of the match, it's 4-2 to Aston Villa now. Celtic pulled it to 2 each, and then Villa just, I think the second half, Villa's just come out and demolished them. Villa's also missed a penalty kick as well, so it possibly could have been 5-2, probably 6-2 on them. So, not very good on the road, Celtic, are they? But anyway, getting back to what you're talking about, what did you say there, Rox? I've lost my train of thought now. We're talking about the dark side.
Well, anyway, we digressed and we're near the end of the show. So, listen, it's flew by the night, just us talking. And it was good to be joined by David. But a last word for your good self, the one and only Big Stevie.
Aye, thanks a lot for having us on, Ox. It's good to talk about the club I love. It's all about opinions. It was a good call for David, come on, and also been on with my wingman, and knowing the twos have got Hearts away tickets now, it makes it that wee bit sweeter when we only get 600. There's another scenario, Ox. Scottish football hating itself to death. Rangers fans. What?
Don't get me started, mate. Thousands of empty seats, and
Yep.
Even Tannadice last week, mate, with the atmosphere decent. There's still no reason why there's no another section getting to Rangers support to fill that ground. There was spaces in every section, mate.
Aye. It's look, we're wasting our time. They're eating themselves for the inside out, and us, they're doing the whole package needs ripped up and done again for refereeing all the way through ticketing. They just don't do it right, and the amount of money that they fling down the drain by taking cheap things on, it's unbelievable. I could do a better job myself. Football guys out there could do a better job than these guys are doing. And they're really good. But anyway, so about opinions. Brilliant wee platform, free platform once again. Thanks for having me on, Ox. Okay, and my wingman, I'll give you a photo all the weekend, okay?
No worries.
All right, and I didn't mention Southside Super 6 tonight. I said I wouldn't, and I didn't do it, Southside, so there you are.
Aye, must have broke your heart, didn't it?
I said I wouldn't, and I didn't do it, mate.
No, I know.
No.
But you have technically.
Well, I have.
But I enjoyed my night as always on with my mucker, the Biggin. Always a pleasure to do a show with him. And it's good that for all the hard work that we have to suffer and go through, we've managed to each get tickets for Tynecastle, because that's one of the hardest grounds to get. That and actually St Mirren, they're the two hardest it's becoming to get tickets for, believe it or not. It's amazing how things change this way. St Mirren's capacity, obviously, but aye, it's always good to talk about the Rangers, mate. The team we all love and support. And I'd just like to thank all the people that was on YouTube tonight, all the loyal troops have been on. I enjoyed the show by the sounds of it, so thank him as always. And thank you, mate, for having us on. So, always looking forward to tomorrow. Rangers win, Ibrox rocking, and hopefully win by a few clear goals, and everybody will be happy. And we'll see where it takes us. So, as always, mate, we fear no foe, and there's only one team and one crown.
See if you can get that all better like that Ibrox on the era. Have a word with me.
I couldn't even put it on in the motor. He would, I'd hit that ejection button, I think.
I don't know if he's recovered for you in a motor, mate.
Oh, the other day?
Aye.
Was he complaining? He was doing a wee bit of odd in the roof and all that. I seen that. I don't know what was wrong with him, but...
He said he had white finger, but he ended up with white knuckles.
It was fine. Honestly, he's just no used to advanced driving, we'll say.
All right, okay. All right.
Advanced driving.
It was the difference between Stirling Moss and driving Miss Daisy, they two, he said to me.
Honestly, I had him a day and I was like to him, see if you get down that left-hand side there, we'll get through the lights. There's only 2 motors sitting down there. What's your hurry? I said, look, we're going to get stopped at the lights again, red. There's nothing coming, just get down the inside. Nah, he sat behind about 10 motors in the outside lane, man. Come on, Albert, this is killing me, man. And he just goes, what's your hurry? That's all he says.
He's a top man, Albert. Top man. Listen, thanks to David for joining us and thanks for sorting the stuff out. David, great to hear from you, mate. Thanks to the 2 boys doing the show tonight, Stevie and Big Southside. Great to hear from you on the show as always. Thanks to everybody for listening. We know people might have been watching some games of football tonight, we appreciate that. But Rangers Radio will be back tomorrow night at 7 o'clock with a pre-match show as we build up to a big European night at Ibrox. Thanks for listening. Take it away, old school boy.
Come on in.